But he's calling me, so we got a little interrupted. So now what we want to do is we want to put our little finishing touches on here. So I'm going to make my excuse me. I'm going to make my tail in this pink, I think. Okay, and I'm also going to make my comb. That's it. I couldn't think of what it was called. My comb in the same color as my tail. No, I'm not. I'm going to make my comb a different color. Make my comb bright pink. And I'm going to make my tail light pink. Okay? So, if you want your chicken to sit like mine, your tail's going to go right here. Okay? If you want your chicken to sit like this, your opening needs to go over here. Okay? And your tail needs to go right here, and your comb needs to go right here. Okay, this is where I messed up. Now I don't want the sitting, I want the laying. So I'm going to start up here. It's the same thing on either side. You have the same item all the way around, okay, friends? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little yarn on my hook. Okay. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. 3 down from your corner. So, you look at your corner and you find the hole where sometimes it's not easy to do, sometimes you just gotta guess. So basically right here, okay, right in the middle. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're gonna start your comb right here. Okay, we're gonna pull our yarn through and do this one's hard to do a slip. You're going to do a slip stitch right there, loves. Maybe if I can get mine on. Okay, let's see. So go right here. I kind of move my yarn to the back. Pull up a loop, and I'm going to slip it through. Boop, just like that. We're connected. Now, we have to look at our stitches again because Kelly didn't write the pattern down. These are doubles with a single in the middle. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to do 3 in this little space right here. 1. So my chain 3, whoops. My chain 3 counted, right? So now I have 3. Now, in my next stitch, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do a single. Okay? Just like that, single. Now, if you want it to be real ruffly, you can go back in where you did your single and do another 3 stitches. I think I'm going to go on to the next one. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go the next one and do a single. Yowza. Okay. Now, I'm at the very top point or close to my chicken. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to do the 3 right in the same place that I did my single. Because I kind of want her to have fuzzy hair on top. Okay. One more makes 3. Then I'm going to do that same thing in the next stitch. I'm going to single and do 3 doubles in that same stitch that I did the singles in. 2, 3, single in the next stitch. Now see how my chicken is nice and straight right here, but it's a little fluffier right up in here. That's what you want. So you want to kind of go the same distance here on this as you did here. So I'm going to go next stitch. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to look at it, see where I'm at. So my last one will be a single. So see how my corner is kind of, I'm a little shorter on the top, but that's okay. The whole scheme of things, it's not going to matter all that much. So that I'm going to do one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'm going to put it in and single it in the next stitch. And pull out my loop a little bit and see if I like the way it looks. And I do. So, at that point, I'm going to pull my yarn so my loop gets a little bit smaller. Then I'm going to do a couple finger lengths. I'm going to go up in there and I'm going to pull it through and tie her tight. Okay? Just like that. We may have went down just a hair too far here, but in this, like I said, in the whole scheme of things, no, we didn't. It's not going to matter, okay? Now, comb, check. Now I need a little yellow or orange, whatever color you want to do. Got a dark chicken, do orange. You got a light, don't do it the same color as this though, because it won't show up. This is going to be quick. You're going to put your yarn on your thread, or put your yarn, do your little 2 dangly thingy, slip knot. Now, from our comb, we're going to skip 1, 2. So 1, 2. I'm going to go 3 from my comb. Okay, I'm going to put my yarn in there. Okay, I'm going to pull it through. I'm going to slip it on. Okay, then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, in that one that you skipped right here, we're going to go back in here And we're going to put a single right there. Okay. Now, there's your little beak right there. If you want to do another single in there, it probably couldn't hurt. I would. Okay. So make it a little bit more solid. So 2 singles in that first one. Now, we're going to go back in. We're going to snip our yarn. And we're going to take it right through. Okay. Put him over here so you can see my little beak. If you fool with it a little bit, it will point like a beak, see? Okay, I'm going to take a little break, a little stretch. Okay. Okay. So on your back one, because mine's sitting this way, my tail's going to be a little longer. If you did the one that's sitting this way, he's only going to be just your corner. Okay, you're going to do this part. Okay? And if you want to just do this part, it's your chicken. Do whatever you want. See there? Okay. I went on a little bit because I thought, well, that's too small. That's not a big enough tail. Well, my bird have tail. Okay, so the other thing that you can do now is go up inside here. Up in your yellow here, close to it. And you're gonna hook on to that yellow, and you're gonna pull it right inside your chicken. Maybe. If you can get a hold of it without tearing up everything. Okay. Otherwise, you can weave that in. That's completely up to you. Well, I'm going to go. Takes a little finagling, girls. Little finagling. There we go. Got him in there. See there? And do the same thing with my, maybe, with my comb up here. People like to make amigurumi because they don't have to sew in a lot of their ends this way. Okay. If you put your hand in there, you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Oh, dear God. They all came out. Well, I have extras. Okay. Let's just say that didn't work out. I'm going to do them both at the same time. Like that. Okay. So you can open your chicken up a little bit and see how he's going to look. Or she. It's a girl chicken, not a boy chicken. Okay. So, if you're making a sit-down chicken, remember that you have this right here. So you really can't go down here because that's getting in your sewing your chicken together, and you don't want that. So if you're making a sit-down chicken, you're only going to do this part right here. If you're making a lay-down chicken, you're going to do this and a little down, a little further. Okay? Ugh. So I'm going to take a little rest here because my neck and my hands are hurting because of the angle of my phone, and I feel like I need to talk to you, and you need to see my face. So the last couple nights, I have diabetes and my sugar's been low, so I'm struggling with that, and I'm struggling with the exhaustion that comes. The exhaustion that comes with diabetes, okay? If you have diabetes, you completely understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to do our little dingamabobber or slip knot again. You get good at it. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start our doubles right here, right on the very edge. So we're going to go to our chicken. We're going to look where we are. Here's our hole, okay, for our corner. If we go straight up from that hole, that puts us right here. Okay, slip stitch. I'm going to try to slip stitch like this. That's not going to work. Kelly, come on now. Get it together. Okay. I pull up a loop and I'm going to slip stitch them on. Okay. Now, chain 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then I'm going to go back into that same spot and do 3 double crochets. 1. Well, that's 2 because our chain 3 starts. So that's 3. And then I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to single. Same as the comb up here. I need to take a break. I have diabetes type 1 and I have cataracts. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to lower my A1C, which is my 3-month average of blood sugars. So it's about to kill me. It'll be okay. I really want to be able to see again. Okay, so now I think we're going to go bushy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap around. We're going to go right back in that same place where we did our singles, and we're going to do 3 again. 2 and 3. Dear Lord. Okay. Single. Go back in the same spot. 1, 2, 3. Now, there's another way that you can do this. so that your feathers in your back are a little bit longer. Okay, so when you get your double done, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to go back in and you're going to make a single. Okay. Okay. And what that does is it adds like a little hole in there. Four, 5, 6. Chain 6. After your single, go back in your same little hole there and slip stitch it. So you're not going to chain over. You could do a single there, you could do a slip stitch. I did a slip stitch, okay? So now my feathers are starting to fluff just a little bit. It's all preference. Love, it's all, if you don't like how it looks, do the chain one for a little bit, then go back. So I got about 3 more stitches left here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to single in the next one. And I'm going to do double, double, and then I'm going to do 1 more double. So 3 doubles again, same hole. And then I'm going to do a 1, 2, maybe 2, 3. I'm going to go right back in where I was. And I'm going to single. Okay. And then I'm going to single in my next stitch. Chain 3. Go back in, single again. Okay. I'm going to pull out my yarn and take a look at what I got here. I think that makes a perfectly good tail. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my, I'm going to go through and I'm going to zoop, tighten her up. Then I'm going to fluff through and I'm going to, this is my yarn tail. And if you kind of, run your fingers through there and move the stitches around a little bit, it fluffs up really nicely. Okay? And then I'm going to take my needle or my fingers. Sometimes I just do my fingers and put it through. Okay. All right. There you go. There's your chicken. Now we need a eyeball, okay? Or 2 eyeballs, I guess. 2 eyeballs. They have eyeballs called safety eyes like these that you can put on your chicken. It's like a thumbtack. It's a round piece and a plastic piece. And you have to make sure you get it inside some stitches so it has something to hold on to. Put it in there and then you press the safety eye in there. The back on it. Okay. But we talked about that y'all probably didn't have safety eyes, right? And I hate for you to buy safety eyes unless you're going to crochet. So, we can do black or we can do brown. I'm thinking I'm going to do this dark brown for my eye because I'm trying to go with the theme here, friends. Find my end of this. Here, I think. There you are. Okay, so let's see if we can do a little embroidery and make us an eye. 2 eyes. Okay, so you're going to put your hand up in your chicken. And your eye is going to go roughly right here. You could do it here if you want. You'll have to kind of make an X there so you have something to hold on to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my triples there. I'm going to go across. So what I did is I just went across. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or not. So if you know how to make, embroider better than me, then you do what you feel is best. Okay, so I come in under, and then I went back right over top of where I was. So I'm going to do that again. Okay, that's the eye I made. I like it. the first time I've ever done an eye, so that's not bad for. And all I did was go under, and then I come back over and went in the same hole or near it and did it again. Okay, I did it like 3 times. I have to mentally prepare myself. Okay. Make sure I got them in the same spot here. Ooh. For some reason, mine is getting really tight. I don't know. And it's way too high. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's my problem right there. One more right here ought to finish her off right here. Okay. My second one is not as good as my first one, but that's okay. Pull them through here. See what I did. Okay. Okay. The second one got hooked up on the first. So there's eye number 2. Okay. Work on your eye. I'll be right back. Okay, so I bought these on Amazon a while back. Okay. Basically what they are is eyeballs. That's a nose. Take that back. This is an eyeball. See, it's a little eyeball and it has a little like screw on the back. And then you have these little white things and you put it on here. I'm not gonna load it all the way because then you can't get it off. See, then you put it on there, get it in a good spot, and you squeeze that thing down and it clicks. They're called safety eyes. And this one comes with assorted sizes. They have colored ones now that you can buy. But once it's in, it's in. So, I'm impressed with my little brown eye, but I probably would have put a safety eye on there. That's my personal preference, loves. Personal preference. Okay, and I got a little pink in my beak going on back here. Now what you can do is you can turn your chicken inside out. You've got all these little danglies hanging around in here, and you can tie them together if you want, just to keep them contained a little bit before you put your stuffing in. Well, maybe. Okay, let's see. See, you're just tying a little knot in here. Don't be anything serious. You don't have to get all worked up about it, okay? Just to hold your stuff in there a little bit. Okay, now. I don't see any other ones other than my tail, maybe. Okay, so then turn it back in right side out, and you have a chicken. Now is when your stuffing and your Walmart sack comes into play. If you want to put Walmart sacks in there, more power to you. Recycle that junk. It's just going to be trash anyway. I am going to do a Walmart sack and some stuffing. And I think I'm going to do my Walmart sack last. So I have a big old bag of stuffing because I crochet, okay? If you don't crochet and you have a little stuffing around, you can put stuffing in there. You can put an old washcloth in there. You can put Walmart sacks in there. Pretty much you can put anything you want in there. Make sure it doesn't shine too badly through the holes. I haven't found anything that shine too badly through the holes. Gracie has a few Walmart sacks in her because she takes a lot of stuffing. Henrietta, I believe, is all stuffing. Okay. So we're going to get us a little bunch of stuffing here. And I like to just kind of, fluff it out a little before I put it in there. You just gotta put it in there. They say to put more than what you think you need. I like to put a little bit extra there in the tail because try to hide my bag in there a little bit. Okay, so if you look here, you can see my Walmart sack through there. So I'm not going to put a Walmart sack because with the white you could see it. Now, if I was going to do all Walmart sacks, I don't think it would matter. Okay. Put another chunk of yarn right here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to seal up our bottom. Okay. I don't like the way her face looks. I'm going to move some of that out. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put all these inside here because we don't want them out. Okay. And I like to do my bottom just exactly the way I did my other sides. If you want to just put a needle and thread to it and sew it, sew it. Do whatever you like, okay? So the other thing I like to do is put her up, make sure she's going to sit. You know, she's going to sit right. I'm going to give you the good eyesight. My bad eyesight, kind of bad. Okay. So then what we're going to do is you're going to turn her upside down. You've got your slip knot on your hook. You're going to go right in where you left off. And it doesn't matter if you go under one or you go under two or you go under all four at this point. Because it's your bottom. Or it's your butt. Whichever way you want to look at it. I'm just going to go. I'm going to do quick, okay? Every stitch gets a stitch. Krista at the Secret Yarnery says. One of my faves, by the way. If you haven't watched Krista at the Secret Yarnery, she's very smart, very self-conscious, very, she lives in Kenya. So it's very cool to watch her videos because sometimes you get a shot of the Kenyan market, which I think is really cool. Her name is Krista, and she's at the Secret Yarnery. Every crochet artist has their own tips or tricks to the process. Make sure you get the clothes. That's all we want at this point. Okay. Okay. At the end. take my yarn here. I'm gonna pull it right through here. Okay. All right, loves. And if you mush her and you tuck her and you sometimes if you tuck her corner in, it helps. So pull the sides out and push your corner in just a little bit. There you have it. Your first Granny Square chicken. Congratulations. I hope you love it. Mine looks better this way. So there's a good side and a bad side. We don't share that with crochet, but it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this chicken. I hope it wasn't too long for you. Like I said, I'm trying to build a channel here. I know that it's hard to get past all my little oopsie daisies and head cut off and all that, and I appreciate every last one of you that shows up for me and works through my difficulties with me. God bless every single one of you, and I will be back with another right-handed chicken in the next day or so, okay? And it'll be all 3 steps again because we'll have to make one and make it right-handed. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.